Good morning. Well, here's today's tip for you. It's easy to do it this way than by email, as you'll see in a moment. I just want to impress upon you how important testing is, because how it can reveal certain truths and known facts about marketing are not necessarily true, or are not necessarily true all the time, despite what the gurus say in all the books and everything else. The important thing here is these two here. What they are, this is a split test to Sarah's list. It was two emails she sent a couple of days ago now to test a very specific thing. Now, as you can see, it's roughly the same number of people got the emails. The bounce rate is virtually the same, no complaints, and we've done stuff to make sure we don't get complaints, especially as it's an adult theme. So we're very careful about what we do there. That's quite a very specific trick we pull, well, not a trick, but a strategy we've got. Roughly, given the gross numbers, roughly the same kind of open rate, which isn't too bad actually. And here we've got the click rate. Now, the reason the click rate is so low is it's a very subtle kind of pitch in the PS of an unrelated post. That's quite deliberate because we don't want to annoy the list too much by continuing to push stuff. And this was just alerting them to the fact that a deadline was about to expire later that day. And so we put it at the end of the email rather than make the whole email about it. This was in the PS because that's one thing that helps us keep the complaints low. And as I say, we've still got an overall percentage of conversions of about 11.34, so it doesn't harm business too much. So the fact these numbers are very low isn't particularly relevant, because what is important is that the only difference in the emails was the top one was to say, click on this link now, and this one was click on this link today. Now, as you can see, they are basically the same. There's a very slight edge with now, but it's such a small one. I would say it is definitely not statistically significant, because that is down to random fluctuation, which goes to show that the business about internet marketers and everybody else who says, "Oh yeah, now is the most powerful word in selling," well, in this case, it isn't true, because they are, to all intents and purposes, the same. So it pays us to test these things, and I would also test the same thing in a different market for a different product, because it will probably change depending on the urgency of the product, the heat of the list, what you're selling, and all the rest of it. It always pays to test these things. But next time you read something where people are saying, "Oh yeah, these are the power words, this is what works, this is what doesn't," it ain't necessarily so. Okie dokie, well, that was a very quick one, and remember, tomorrow is Ask Baldy, so go to the Ask Baldy page, which is somewhere up at the top. You can see the link, and ask Baldy. In the meantime, have a great day, and I shall speak to you soon.